Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Pemko. This is their part number E4304BL. This is a replacement EPDM insert that's going to be used in automatic door bottoms, I believe, automatic door bottoms. Yeah, we'll take a look and see what it's compatible with. A very large sponge type synthetic rubber. Unfortunately, it's a bit tough to see that sponge feature. Yeah, even. Well, we'll take a photograph. We'll look at a couple of photographs that we have that ought to be able to help us look at that. So this video is to really share with you the visual representation of this replacement unit, and then the dimensions, which we'll take now. The width of the backer, let's be a little more accurate with the dimensions. The width of the backer, the rigid plastic backer, is 0.472 width on that backer. The thickness of it, it's very thin. It's about 40 thousandths of an inch. The overall height, you can see, is about 5/8 of an inch. Okay. A sponge type insert like this would be appropriate for sound attenuation, thermal attenuation as well. Not really great for true waterproofing because it's full of tiny little holes, and they would generally use a closed cell type product that's not sponge-like when it comes to complete water, repelling is what they want to do. So in a sponge type environment, you're going to be better off with sound attenuation, thermal attenuation. They say that this is for the 4301, 430, 350, 434 series of products. There's probably a perimeter gasket that would take this insert as well. We'll take a look. Before we switch to the screen view, this is available in lots of different lengths. This happens to be a 4-foot length that the client ordered. You can order any length that you want. It's obviously going to come in a roll. We have it listed in typical lengths, 24-inch through 96-inch and probably 6-inch increments or smaller increments. You might say, well, I need 50 feet. Okay, great. Order 10 60-inch pieces and then indicate in the comment field, ship this as a continuous roll at 50 feet because it's sold per foot, is the point of that, sold per foot. So let's switch to the screen view now and let's take a closer look at some supporting documentation. Here is the item that we are looking at. We can take a look at some photographs that we have. Let's hop over and look. Here's what it looks like in an end view. There you can see all those small little pockets. A lot of surface area would be created, of course. That's why it is shaped like this. The backside showing the rigid backer. And just what it looks like in the front of the unit here, or from a elevation perspective, I suppose. Now, there's a listing here of the products that it is used in. So let's click on the link below this video to the manufacturer's page. And when that comes up, we're going to be able to take a look at the manufacturer's page. And what's there is going to be a link to the catalog. So let's fire that up. And we're going to take our part number. Let's copy that. Let's do a find function on our keyboard for E4304BL. That doesn't come up. Let's get rid of the BL part. It still doesn't index. And it's starting to. E430. It's a large document, so it doesn't index very quickly. Let's throw that 4 in there and see what happens. $43.04. Okay, I'm not seeing that come up. Okay, and as I'm wondering why it's not showing up, I can only say that the E4304, I believe, is an old part number. I'm going to pull up a catalog that's 5 years old. Well, the bottom line is somehow we got that 4304 part number, and the factory said that part number is no good, and what you need is an 03. So I says, yeah, I checked and made sure that it was compatible. So yes, as I was doing this, E4303 is the part number. Now that insert is going to be compatible with those different models that we listed before, 4301, 430, 350, 434. So we can just do a search, and you'll see there's your 434 compatibility right here. There's your 430 compatibility right here, and so on. Okay. And there's that big gasketing that I assumed was available as well, perimeter gasketing. So what I've done here to find my replacement in your 350 is I've opened up the manufacturer's page in our site. I have fired up the current catalog. What you could do is, let's say you had a 4301, just do a find function on your keyboard for 4301 and allow the document to index until you get to it. Find your 4301, and then you'll discover what the replacement insert part number is. The BL is in parentheses because in many items they can do it in different colors. This part number would just be E4304BL is what it would be. This is how you back into, if you know what model you have, how you would then determine what replacement insert that you need. So there you go. You know, very often clients call and say, I bought this 10 years ago. I have no idea whose weather stripping I bought. And yeah, that's a problem in the sense that we don't know if this would fit, which is the point of providing the dimensional properties early on along with the visual review, because that's at times the only thing that we have going for us when it comes to determining whether or not something's going to prove to be compatible. Okay. Now that link to the manufacturer's page has that full line catalog, prior versions of the catalog as well. I like to keep older material because it allows us to do historical research. There's also a link to the A117.1, and that's the ADA guide for usable buildings and facilities. Why would this be on the Pemko page? Well, this document governs all things as it pertains to access in the public sphere for the handicapped, the quantity of parking spots, the rise over run dimension of a ramp, the positioning of grab bars. Well, when it comes to Pemko, they sell thresholds, they sell ramps, they sell material that's very much governed by the requirement of it being handicap compliant. So that's why that document is there. Well, let's wrap up this video on camera. Okay, again, the purpose of this video is just to help you determine whether or not this is compatible with your system. You know, sometimes when people order gasketing and they know that there's going to be a substantial amount of use over the opening, substantial amounts, it's not necessarily a bad idea to order some replacement gasketing initially so that you have it when the time comes. You know, certain material doesn't drag very well. You know, door sweeps, they, you know, will, because of the friction, may not necessarily be something that can be long-lasting. Well, it's unusual for someone to do that, and I don't know that I would, because by the time I need it, I'd forget where I put it. But the fact of the matter is, here it is. And they do offer inserts for all of their items, and that catalog is the way by which to determine easily what that replacement insert is. The name Pemko is synonymous with a staggering variety of available options when it comes to weather stripping, and just to scroll through their catalog, 200 plus pages, does illustrate the fact that they have lots of options. They have more than others, in fact, and probably many others combined. Any questions on the E4304BL, but we know it to be the E4303BL, or any other Pemko product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.